Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review of the remarkable success of Mr. Harrod. This is part of Penhaligon'a Portraits collection, and this is the Harrod's exclusive. I'm really excited to have a bottle of it, and I'm excited to review this for you guys. So if you'd like to know more about this fragrance, then it's really hard to get your hands on if you do not live near a Harrod's, because it's just impossible. You can't order it online. I couldn't order it and have it shipped to me. I'd have a friend who lived in London actually purchase it, and when she came over, she gave it to me. So I bought this blind because I had this desire to review every single one of the Portraits collections releases from Penhaligon's. Love them, love them, love them. And I will link the other videos below where I talk about each of those fragrances. Now this fragrance right here is a masculine fragrance. It was released in 2017. They just released a few months ago, like a month or two ago, four new fragrances. So this is the Harrod's exclusive that was released when those four were released. This is again a masculine fragrance. It's very strong, very powerful, very heavy fragrance, but there's a lot that goes into it that I really want to talk about. Now I did just mention it in my favorite from the month of October, and in fact I wasn't going to film this video so soon, but I was just gushing about it. I was like, I am on a roll. I really want to talk about this fragrance, so let's do it here. So let me talk about the notes, or let me mention the notes, and that'll give you guys an idea of why I think this is so special, because the notes are really it's like there's a lot of them, there's a lot of complexity with them, but they work together really beautifully. So the top notes are plum, raspberry, and cinnamon bark. The heart notes, you have ambergris, cedarwood, and jasmine. And at the base, you have patchouli, cashmere, oud, and tobacco. Now this opens very strong with the plum and the raspberry. It's got a very fruity opening, but very tart, not like a sweet fruit, like a tart berry fruit. Think of like when you bite into a plum. It's very juicy, and it's not so sweet, but it has a fruity flavor to it. That's the opening of this. The raspberry isn't so much like flavored raspberry, but like a fresh, ripe, tart raspberry. And the cinnamon bark gives it a lot of spice. Now what I like about this is the oud is predominant the entire time of this fragrance. It's a very oud fragrance, which is really spectacular. And although the oud is very predominant, it is not ever overpowering of the other notes. And the other notes, I think, are what make this fragrance really special. As the fragrance dried down, you really start to get the almost mineral, marine-like qualities of the ambergris, and you get a little bit of softness from the jasmine. It's really quite beautiful. But my favorite part of this fragrance is after it's been on your skin for about an hour and it's really dried down, you get this really beautiful, rich tobacco just base that comes out, and it plays beautifully with the ambergris and beautifully with the jasmine, and the fruits and the tartness of the fruits kind of stay for a few hours on the skin. It doesn't go away after the opening. They just kind of linger, and it all just works so beautifully with the oud. It's unreal. Whenever the weather gets cold where I live, and if you guys don't know, I live in the tropics. I live in South Florida, literally like 15 minutes from Miami. It's always hot, it's always humid, so whenever there's a little bit of a cold front, I rush to wear oud cashmere mood from Francis Kirk John. It's one of my favorite ouds. And we had a little cold front, and instead of running to wear that, I have been running to wear this. It's just so beautiful. And even when it started to warm up and it was a little bit too hot to wear a fragrance like this, I was still reaching for it. It is stunning. It looks on the skin really beautifully, and the entire lifespan of the fragrance, you just get a beautiful mixture and melange of these fantastic notes that don't seem like they would go together or seem like they would just kind of it would like muddy the fragrance. But what I like a lot about this fragrance, and sometimes when people say this, it's negative, but I actually find it to be quite positive, is this is a very sharp oud fragrance. It's not so much skanky or funky, it is very sharp. And the sharpness gives it a little bit of clarity, which is what I really like. So because of that sharpness, because of that clarity, because it's not so skanky, because it's not so sweet, because it's not so funky like other oud fragrances can get, and let me just throw this out there, I love a good funky skanky oud. I love it. Love it. No issue with that. But because there's so much going on in this, because you've got the fruit component, because you've got the ambergris, because you have those other woods that are very predominant and they have very distinctive smells and they perform very distinctively in other fragrances, you'd almost feel like the oud would overpower all of those, but it doesn't because it's so sharp. So you can pick up the cedarwood, you can pick up the jasmine, you can pick up the cashmere, you can pick up the fruit, you can pick up the cinnamon. Everything is very it's kind of like a symphony, but you can listen to the other instruments, but you can also appreciate the entire song. It's an absolutely beautiful fragrance. Love it so much. It's probably my favorite from Penhaligon's. Duchess Rose was my absolute favorite, then Lord George, and I think this just completely blew them out of the water. It is such a fantastic fragrance. If you guys are a fan of Penhaligon's, if you guys are a fan of oud fragrances, if you're looking for a unique oud fragrance that still stays true to the richness and the depth and the smokiness that you can get from oud, definitely recommend, if you have the opportunity to try this fragrance from Penhaligon's, definitely at least sample it. It is fantastic. So it performs like a beast. I get at least 8 hours of wear on my skin, and if you know me, I hope for 4 to 6. I've worn this and next day in the afternoon, so at 12, 13 hours. It has fantastic, fantastic longevity, and it also projects pretty strongly as well. So if you're looking for an oud fragrance, generally you want it to project and be long lasting, and it definitely does not disappoint in either of those categories. I love this fragrance so much, really excited to wear more of it. And I hope that you guys, again, if this is the type of thing that you're interested in, definitely seek it out if you can and give it a whirl. It is gorgeous. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, guys, if you like my fragrance videos or just my videos in general, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this. And also don't forget to subscribe because it's free and I'm free, and I put out new videos every Monday through Friday and sometimes on the weekends as well. So always have something free to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye!